Ready for something a little different? Today we're going deep on conspiracy theories, but get this. These theories weren't made by people. They were made by AI.
Really?
Yeah, we found this article where an author decided to see what would happen if they asked an AI to invent some, believable but totally fake conspiracy theories.
Interesting. So like AI paranoia.
Exactly. And that's what makes this deep dive so interesting. We're not here to prove or disprove these theories. We just want to explore them, see what they say about us, about our fears, and why we're so fascinated by the unknown.
Makes sense.
So let's get into it. Our first stop, the Eiffel Tower. But not the one you think you know.
Okay, I'm listening.
Imagine this. The Eiffel Tower isn't just a landmark. It's like a massive antenna built to control the Earth's magnetic field.
Whoa, hold on. You're saying the Eiffel Tower is some kind of like planetary shield?
That's what the AI suggests, protecting Europe from massive earthquakes. And the article even points out how the theory uses the tower's precision as proof of this hidden purpose. Pretty clever, huh? It really makes you think, could all those famous landmarks we see every day be hiding something more than we know?
I mean, it's a cool idea, right? That there's a secret knowledge and people in power are, messing with forces we can't even understand.
Yeah, it makes you look at the world differently. Okay, let's switch gears now, from big structures to something more natural. Ready for the theory of birdsong as spycraft.
Birds as spies. Now that's creative.
I know, right? Picture this. Certain birds are trained to copy secret government messages. They become like avian agents. Their songs carrying top secret info, all monitored by ornithologists working for intelligence agencies.
So you're saying those bird songs we hear could be coded messages?
The AI thinks so. It makes you listen to birds differently, right? Ever thought about how complex their songs are? All those different notes and patterns? Maybe there's more to it than we realize.
It's a cool thought. It makes you wonder about hidden communication all around us, in nature and the sounds we hear every day.
Exactly. And speaking of hidden worlds, get ready to go beyond our planet. The AI came up with a theory about Venusian refugees.
Venusian refugees. Okay, you've got my attention.
Fasten your seatbelt. This theory says Venus wasn't always the scorching hellhole it is now. It used to be livable with an advanced civilization. But then something happened. Maybe climate engineering gone wrong, like the theory says, turning their planet into, what we see today.
And so these Venusians, they had to escape to Earth?
That's the theory. They're among us, maybe even shaping events from the shadows. It's mind-blowing. Makes you rethink our place in the universe. Are we really alone? Or have we been interacting with other intelligent beings without even knowing it?
It's a question we've all asked ourselves, right? And while Venus is probably the way it is because of natural stuff like a runaway greenhouse effect, the idea of a whole civilization escaping a dying planet is super fascinating.
Totally. Okay, let's come back to Earth now. Specifically to that time when we switched from analog to digital TV. Remember that?
Yeah, they promised better picture quality, more channels, a whole new era of television.
Well, this AI theory says there was another reason for going digital. A darker reason for getting rid of those analog frequencies.
Okay, this is getting interesting.
The theory says those frequencies were messing with a secret government signal. A signal meant to send subliminal messages to everyone.
So going digital was like a cover-up, so they could control our minds without any interference.
That's what the AI says. It plays on those fears we have about media manipulation, about hidden agendas controlling our thoughts. Makes you wonder, right? Do we really have as much control over our minds as we think we do?
It's a good question, especially now when we're constantly bombarded with information, advertising, and messages trying to persuade us all the time.
Exactly. It makes you think twice about what we're exposed to every day.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about something we all depend on in this digital age. Something that powers our devices, our communication, our everything, batteries.
Right, those things that are everywhere and we can't live without them. But man, do they ever run out fast.
Have you ever thought about why we haven't seen a truly amazing battery yet? One that lasts for years, even decades. A battery that could change everything.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Why are we still stuck with outlets and chargers constantly battling these short battery lives?
Well, this AI theory has a simple and kind of scary explanation for it. Suppression.
Suppression? By who?
Big corporations. The theory claims that super long-lasting battery tech already exists, but it's being kept hidden from us.
So they can keep making money, keep us buying new gadgets and replacement batteries all the time. Sounds cynical, but I can see how it could happen.
It plays on that distrust we have of corporate greed, right? The idea that profits are more important than progress, and that we're being denied these amazing technologies that can make our lives so much better. What do you think? Do you buy it?
Well, I'm not usually one for big conspiracy theories, but I can't deny that planned obsolescence is a real thing. Just look at how quickly our devices become outdated, how we're always being told to upgrade. Makes you wonder how much of our tech progress is really about innovation, and how much is just about keeping us buying more stuff. It's something to think about for sure. The speed of technological advancement is crazy, but we have to be careful about manipulation and exploitation. Always good to be aware. Speaking of, this next theory goes into the natural world, looking at those little creatures that are crucial for our ecosystem, bees.
Bees. What could be so conspiratorial about bees?
Well, what if the decline in bee populations we've been seeing isn't entirely natural?
You're thinking something more deliberate.
The AI suggests that real bees are disappearing on purpose. They're being replaced by tiny surveillance drones disguised as pollinators.
Bee drones, flying around collecting pollen and information. That's a little creepy.
Imagine these mini drones going from flower to flower looking harmless, but they're equipped with cameras and sensors gathering data on everything from what's growing in the fields to what we're saying to each other. Nothing would be private.
It's a creepy but creative idea. It taps into those anxieties about privacy in a world that's becoming more and more technologically driven. A world where surveillance could be as common as a swarm of bees. Does this make you look at bees differently now?
Definitely makes you think about how technology could be sneaking into even the most natural parts of our lives.
Right. And speaking of tech and how it affects us, let's talk about something that's changed how we communicate and share information on the internet. Remember those early days? The excitement of this decentralized network connecting people all over the world? The promise of free and open exchange of ideas?
Yeah, the internet was supposed to be this force for democracy, a tool for empowerment and connection.
Well, this AI-generated theory takes a pretty dark view of that optimistic vision. This internet from the very beginning was designed as a surveillance tool.
A surveillance tool? How?
The theory says that even the earliest versions of the internet were sending data to intelligence agencies, all disguised as academic research. Basically, it was a blueprint for the digital panopticon we live in today.
So the internet, which was supposed to free information, was actually made to control it, to collect data on us, watch what we do, and maybe even manipulate our behavior.
That's the chilling idea this AI theory put forward.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, right? Has our relationship with the internet gone from hopeful and optimistic to cautious and suspicious? Have we become both the users and the subjects of this massive digital web?
It's a question worth asking. It shows how important critical thinking is when it comes to the technologies we use. We need to be aware of the good and the bad, the potential benefits and the potential risks.
Absolutely. Now get ready for a theory that might change how you feel about your breakfast. It's about those colorful boxes of sugary goodness many of us grew up with cereal.
Cereal? What's the conspiracy there?
This theory says those essential vitamins and minerals added to cereal aren't as good for you as they seem.
Okay, what are they saying then?
Get ready for this. This AI claims those additives are part of a huge pharmaceutical experiment, a subtle form of mind control.
Mind control through breakfast cereal. That's a new one. What's the supposed goal of all this manipulation?
To make society more obedient and easy to control, of course. The theory jokes that cereal is marketed mostly to kids, suggesting they're the main targets of this grand scheme. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is there a darker secret behind that bowl of cereal than we ever imagined?
Well, I'm not sure about cereal being a tool for mass manipulation, but I can't deny that food can affect our moods and how we act. What's your favorite cereal, by the way?
Oh, I love a good bowl of insert favorite cereal. But now I'm kind of looking at that box differently.
So we're back digging deeper into these AI-made conspiracy theories.
Yeah, we've already gone through some pretty wild stuff, right? From the Eiffel Tower being a secret weapon to those bee drones spying on us in our gardens.
It's amazing how these theories the machine came up with tap into the same worries and patterns we see in real conspiracy theories made by people.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's like the AI is playing around with our fears and what we find fascinating. But remember, we're not here to say whether these theories are true or not. We're breaking them down, seeing what they bring up and what they say about us.
Right. It's all about using critical thinking, understanding how these stories, even fake ones, can catch on and change how we see things.
You got it. Ready for another dose of AI-fueled paranoia.
Hit me with it.
This next one might make you think twice about your morning routine. It's the Great Coffee Conspiracy.
A coffee conspiracy. Okay, now you've got me interested.
So this theory says those big coffee chains are working together with pharmaceutical companies.
Interesting combo. What's the supposed reason for this caffeinated team up?
Well, according to the AI, it's all about getting us hooked. They're messing with coffee beans to make them slightly addictive so you keep craving that caffeine hit. And
then you need meds to deal with the jitters, the anxiety, the inevitable crash.
Exactly. They call it symbiotic addiction. A clever way to make money from both sides of the problem.
It's a pretty cynical view, but it does play on those real-life worries we have about how much power corporations have, how marketing influences us, and the potential for addiction, even to stuff that seems harmless.
Exactly. It makes you think about how much control we actually have over our choices and our habits. Speaking of things we depend on, did we ever touch on the theory about batteries?
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. The idea that corporations are hiding super powerful batteries from us, so we have to keep buying new stuff.
Right. Makes you wonder about the true motives behind technological progress. All right, ready for another one. This time it's about those massive pyramids in Egypt.
The pyramids. Always a good source of mystery and speculation. What does the AI say about those ancient wonders?
Get this. Forget tombs and pharaohs. This theory says the pyramids are actually machines.
Machines? What kind of machines?
Cosmic energy machines. The AI is proposing that the way the pyramids line up with the stars isn't just symbolic, it's functional. Functional how?
The theory claims those pyramids are like giant energy collectors pulling cosmic radiation into the Earth's core.
And why would they do that?
To keep the planet stable. According to this theory, the pyramids are a crucial machine stopping huge earthquakes and keeping Earth in balance, like some ancient high-tech planetary shield.
Now that's a bold claim, mixing ancient mysteries with futuristic tech.
It really is. It reminds us that we might never fully understand what those ancient structures were really for. Maybe they hold secrets we're just starting to uncover.
It's definitely a thought-provoking idea. Yeah. So we've explored some pretty crazy theories, haven't we? From mind-controlling cereal to coffee-fueled conspiracies and pyramids acting as planetary stabilizers.
It's been a trip into the land of the strange and the fascinating.
But don't forget, the point here isn't to believe everything we hear. It's about recognizing those patterns, the anxieties, the creative jumps that make these theories, whether they're made by humans or AI, so captivating.
You got it. It's about sharpening our critical thinking skills, questioning what we assume to be true, and being aware of the information we take in.
So what have we learned from our deep dive into these AI-generated conspiracy theories?
I think the big takeaway is this. In a world where information is everywhere and easy to manipulate, knowing how to tell what's real is more important than ever.
We need to be critical thinkers, skeptics, and smart about the information we consume.
And we need to be aware of how powerful stories are, how they can shape how we see things and change what we believe, even if they're made up.
Because in the end, whether it's an AI or a person whispering in our ear, it's our choice to decide what we believe, what we question, and what we share.
Well put. It's been a really thought-provoking exploration, and I hope our listeners have enjoyed the ride.
We've covered a ton of ground, but our deep dive isn't done yet. Stick with us for part 3, where we'll wrap things up and look at the bigger picture of what these AI-generated conspiracy theories mean. We're back for the final part of our deep dive, exploring those conspiracy theories cooked up by AI.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride, hasn't it? From the Eiffel Tower controlling the Earth's magnetic field to those bee drones spying on us.
And while these theories sound crazy, they show us how AI can think like humans, tapping into the same worries and fascinations that drive real conspiracy theories.
It's like looking into a funhouse mirror reflection of our own paranoia, seeing those fears and suspicions twisted but still recognizable.
Exactly. But remember, we're not here to say if these theories are right or wrong. It's about exploring them, taking them apart, and seeing what they tell us about ourselves, about our relationship with tech, and how the line between truth and lies is getting blurry in the digital age.
You know what's really interesting? How these AI theories often play on real anxieties, even if they make them seem bigger and more dramatic than they are.
Right. Like that theory about corporations hiding super batteries, it might sound crazy, but it speaks to a real worry about planned obsolescence, about how our need for new gadgets is hurting the planet, and how companies might choose profit over progress.
Exactly. Or think about that theory about the internet being built for surveillance. The details might be stretched, but it reflects a real and growing concern about online privacy, about all that data being collected on us and how people in power might use it in ways we don't understand or agree to.
And even that weird theory about cereal being some kind of experiment. It connects with a growing awareness of how processed food can affect our health, our moods, even our behavior.
It reminds us to be careful about what we consume, not just the information we take in, but also what we eat and drink.
So what's the big takeaway from all this exploring AI-made conspiracy theories?
I think one of the most important lessons is the need to be discerning. In a world where information travels so fast, where algorithms control what we see and where deepfakes make it hard to tell what's real and what's fake, being critical thinkers is more crucial than ever.
We need to question everything, look for different perspectives, check our facts, be skeptical of simple answers, and realize that the truth can be tricky, complicated, and sometimes even a bit unsettling.
And we need to understand how powerful stories are. Conspiracy theories, whether made by humans or AI, are basically stories. And stories can really get to us. They shape how we see things, influence what we believe, and even drive us to action.
Absolutely. They play on our emotions, our fears, our need to find meaning and order. And when the world feels chaotic and unpredictable, they offer a comforting illusion of control, like we have secret knowledge, like we're in on something special.
So how do we handle this world where we're bombarded with information, where everyone has a different story, where truth and lies are all mixed up?
I think it starts with education, with understanding how information is made, spread, and manipulated, with developing those critical thinking skills that help us look at information objectively, to spurt bias, and to separate fact from fiction.
And we need to be aware of our own biases, those preconceived notions that can cloud our judgment and make us vulnerable to certain kinds of misinformation.
We also need to talk to people who see things differently, even if we don't agree with them, trying to understand their perspective and recognizing that we all have a part to play in creating a society that's more informed and discerning.
Because ultimately, whether the challenges we face are made by humans or AI, it's our ability to think critically, to question, and to seek the truth that will shape our future.
Well said. It's been a really interesting and thought-provoking exploration of a topic that's both timely and incredibly relevant.
I hope our listeners enjoyed the journey and learned something along the way.
Stay curious, stay skeptical, and keep exploring. That's all for this deep dive. Until next time.